Welcome guys to another video on NIKKE Goddess of Victory. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is actually ranking every single Pilgrim character in the game. We recently got Red Hood. She was absolutely amazing. She changed the meta or defined who is the best character in the game now. But we need to take a look at the rest of the Pilgrim character, go over who I believe is the better one out of the rest. Now obviously Pilgrim characters are some of the strongest characters in the game, but obviously they are not all at the same tier. Some of them are just absolutely amazing and some of them are pretty good, and then there's just some that honestly deserve not to have the Pilgrim name. There's a couple you guys already know if you've been watching my videos on my channel, because you already know I hate one specific Pilgrim character. But as you can see, I don't actually have every single Pilgrim unit. If you guys are a regular member of this channel, you should already know that yes, I am missing one particular Pilgrim character, the one that everyone really wants, and the one that I'm fighting to get, and that is Scarlet. She is the character that I'm missing. I absolutely want her because for PvP, actually I want to have a pretty good 3 teams for PvP so that I can actually rank relatively high. I'm also missing her in terms of like, I have some of the best characters in the game, but I'm missing one. I don't like that, so I don't know how long it's going to take me to get her, but hopefully that is something that will change in the future. Now we are going to be getting future Pilgrim characters. We don't know when. Many people are speculating New Year's we're going to get a new Pilgrim character. I'm not sure if they're going to do that because that's so much like amazing banners that they're going to bombard us with. We're going to be getting limited banners for Christmas or winter season, and then are they going to release a Pilgrim banner after that? I am not really too sure. Anyways, hopefully you guys like this video. Stay tuned for more content on NIKKE Goddess of Victory. If you guys don't want to miss out on future content on the game, make sure you are subscribed and make sure that post notification is on. Now if you guys agree with my list, because or my ranking, sorry, then go ahead and tell me down in the comment section. If you disagree, then go ahead and write your own rankings as well, so I can take a look at it, see if or you can actually try and change my opinion as well. Tell me that in the comment section. So I believe I actually wrote it down somewhere. Oh my days, I'm gonna lose it. Before we carry on with the video, a quick word from the sponsor. As you all know, Christmas season is upon us, so it is time for us to start getting our Christmas gifts ready for our family, significant other, whether you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. And I actually recommend the store for you guys to go ahead and get your own custom shirt, which you can actually add a picture of your significant other, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, and then you can see the picture over there. You can design it yourself, custom design. You can get a picture guide as well. I highly recommend the store. So you can also go ahead and get other items from the store as well that fits the Christmas season over here. As you can see, there is some Christmas cards, Christmas decorations, pajamas and whatnot. So I will have the link to this store down in the comment section and in the description of the video. If you guys are looking for a good Christmas present, then I highly recommend this store as well. Okay, back to the video. Okay, found the paper. So just in case I fumble it, so let's start off with number 1, and obviously the answer is Red Hood. Now I do think Modernia and Red Hood, in my opinion, are on the same tier, but obviously Red Hood in terms of bossing does extra damage compared to most of the units in the game, and Red Hood is just absolutely amazing, in my opinion a must-have in the game. Once you have her, CP deficit in content becomes not really obsolete. Obviously you want to have the same CP requirement for you to progress, but in my campaign story or campaign stages, I'm able to progress so much further than I would have thought I would, especially with the amount of CP deficit I'm going against with just having Red Hood. And Red Hood is the one that's helping me out alongside Modernia and whatnot. As you can see with my power, 209k, whereas the recommended one is 247k. So obviously there's a huge CP deficit, but honestly I can keep progressing even more right now with just using Red Hood. So that is Red Hood coming in at number 1. Just basically in terms of trying to build her, definitely try and get overload gear on her straight away. Try and get 10-10-10, main important character, and then for the cube you can go ahead and use Bastion cubes as well. That's essentially how you want to build her. Oh, in terms of which overload gear is better for her, charge speed, max ammo capacity, and I think that's pretty much it. I mean, if there's other ones that's good, tell me down in the comment section. That is number 1. We have Red Hood. Now coming in at number 2, I've also mentioned her already, but that is Modernia. Modernia was previously the queen of NIKKE Goddess of Victory, but she was dethroned by Red Hood. But let's not forget she is still a top tier character. In terms of campaign, her paired up with Red Hood is actually absolutely amazing. You have the AoE damage from Modernia, you have great damage from her as well, and then you have Red Hood for that great single target damage, bossing damage as well. So both of them pair well together in that regard. And I haven't, you know, given her a full overload gear because I'm just waiting to get Scarlet so I can give this gear to her. Yeah, Modernia is the best, one of the best characters in the game, especially with that burst skill with the AoE, unlimited ammo as well. That's pretty cool. In terms of building her up, max ammo capacity, increase attack. Oh yeah, sorry, increase attack as well is also pretty good for Red Hood as well. Increase attack, increase elemental attack as well. That's pretty good as well. Anyways, Modernia coming in at number 2. Now coming in at number 3. Yeah, it is Scarlet, and I don't have her, so I'm just gonna go over to here. So Scarlet is coming in at number 3, but a lot of people will like to switch Scarlet and Modernia, like the positions and the ranking. Everyone says they're interchangeable. Since I don't have Scarlet, I can't say for actually I have used her in my previous account, but in this account I don't have her the same level as Modernia simply because I don't even have her. But I can say once you get overload gear on this character, she becomes absolutely amazing. In PvP, she's one of the best damage dealers in there as well. PvE content as well, very good as well. If I'm trying to build like 3 different teams, Scarlet will be in one team, Modernia will be in another team, Red Hood will be in another team. So simply one of the best damage dealers in the game. And honestly, I feel like this is the most sought after character. Yes, even though Red Hood came out, even though Modernia came out, simply because it's so hard to get her, everyone wants her. So yeah, that is Scarlet over here coming in at number 3. It is important you get max ammo capacity for her, and also increased attack is pretty good. Yeah, that's how you essentially want to be building your Scarlets, and that is number 3. Now coming in at number 4 is actually Dorothy. I can't lie, the top 3 characters I mentioned right now, actually the top 4 I would say are some of the best characters in the game. And even Dorothy right now, I have her at 2 dupes in, and honestly her damage is actually very good, like absolutely astronomical. I can't say that word properly, but she's actually very good. And I just realized how amazing she was, because I've actually not been using her that much. I always go back to using Litter, but once I started using Dorothy is just absolutely amazing. The damage she does is insane, and she is a burst 1 character. So in terms of like the best burst 1 DPS, yeah, she's definitely winning that role in my opinion. In terms of trying to build her, you want to ignore, or basically don't want max ammo capacity. You want increased attack, elemental damage, and I think that's pretty much it. Hit rate is pretty good, I guess. I definitely need to, you know, change the charge speed and whatnot, but I feel like this is what I can just leave it at. And she's actually very good. In terms of cube set, you want to be using the resilience cube. And essentially Dorothy is just great DPS. Literally that's all you really want to know about her. When she came out in the half anniversary, she was absolutely amazing, and in my opinion she is the best looking Pilgrim, or she has one of the best transformations, because you press her, she transforms into that. Even taking a look at Red Hood, she looks cool, but yeah, compared to Dorothy, nah, I go with Dorothy. Especially with Scarlet, I'm not Scarlet, with Modernia, she looks cool as well, looking very cute. But Dorothy is winning in terms of like transformation and the coolness factor. Dorothy is absolutely amazing. Now the top 4 I just mentioned, you absolutely want, guys. If you don't have Scarlet, it's fine as long as you have Modernia. If you don't have Modernia, as long as you have Scarlet. The Red Hood you just want to have straight up. Dorothy as well, amazing for your building of your team, in terms of like solo raid. And what's the other one? I've forgotten it. Oh, co-op and not PvP. What's the one? Union raid as well, sorry. So yeah, that is the top 4 in the game. Now going in at number 5, I actually put Rapunzel, because Rapunzel is a pretty unique character, and in fact if you're doing like the Pilgrim Tower, Rapunzel is simply important there as well, in terms of healing and the ability to actually revive. That is something that no other Pilgrim character has. We do have one other character that can revive, but she's not as good as Rapunzel over here. And if you're trying to go hard in co-op, I think having Rapunzel in that team is actually quite useful, just in case one unit dies. And a lot of people don't actually realize how good Rapunzel is. I actually think she's an absolutely amazing character. Not for damage, it's just the supportive skill she has. If you're building sometimes you're running co-op, or not co-op, you're running campaign and you want to build a team, is it sometimes better to have Rapunzel in that team as well, maybe running 2 burst ones. I don't know, you have to run 2 burst ones because of the cooldown. So having Litter and having Rapunzel in that team, sometimes it is good to have that just in case you need that heals or you need that revive. She comes in very, very clutch. She is not a character that you really want to invest too much in the you know, the gears, but as you can see, I've overloaded everything because I think I don't need that much. Yeah, this is supportive Pilgrim set. I still have a couple of I could also use to future Pilgrim supportive character, but I don't mind overloading her actually. In terms of trying to focus on the main set, I think charge speed is good, attack speed is good, not attack speed, sorry, attack damage, or attack percentage, sorry. So that's good for her as well. Essentially just healing, resurrection, HP potency, all good. That's all you really want from her. So that is number 5. Now coming in at number 6, I actually put Snow White. Yes, I put Rapunzel over Snow White, but Snow White is good. But as you can see, I have not built Snow White at all. I know Snow White is good for that one-shot comp. You mainly focus on the burst skill to do as much damage as possible. It is a good skill. It's a good unit over there. Heavy investment is required, but once you get that done, you have an amazing team over there. So why did I put Rapunzel over Snow White? Rapunzel is just a universal you can use in every single team if you want to. Snow White, you need to build a dedicated team, or you don't really use in like campaign. You only use them for bosses. Sorry, you only use her for bosses. I said him. I do apologize. Yeah, you only use her for bossing technically, and there's not that many content where you are only focusing on bossing. It's probably only solo raid and union raid, but you want to have a universal character, and sometimes Rapunzel is just going to be better to have than Snow White. But yeah, Snow White is a very, very good unit, and she is absolutely fantastic as well. But in my opinion, she is at number 6. Very, very top tier though. Now coming in at number 7, I actually put Haran. Now I can't lie, Haran fell off for me. She fell off. I want to give this gear to Snow White actually, because I know I'll be using Snow White way more than I would ever use Haran, even though I technically use Haran a lot in the beginning. But I know how important Snow White will be in terms of like you know, ranking very high in Union Raid and you know, bosses, World Raid, or whatever it's called. But in terms of Haran, I don't use her at all anymore, honestly. I've actually reset her skills and just put it to base 444. She is great for like damage early on in campaign. She's actually very, very top tier. I used to pair her up with Modernia, and in my other accounts I think I paired her up with Scarlet as well. But in my opinion, actually she was my first Pilgrim character in my account. In this account, she was my first Pilgrim account. It's kind of sucks now that I don't use her that much, but in stages now you really need like a huge DPS character to one specific unit or great AoE. She does do great AoE, but you already have Modernia, so Haran is not really required. But yeah, she's actually pretty good though, and that's why she is at number 7. Now coming in at number 8, I actually put Small White, which is the free-to-play character that was given to us during the anniversary. So Small White, I actually used her quite a bit just to see how great her damage was. It is actually really good in terms of AoE damage. I won't be using her though, but simply because I already have some of the top tier characters in game. But Small White is actually great for free-to-play players, especially if you're trying to run the Pilgrim Tower, go through the Pilgrim Tower, so when you need more DPS, Small White is going to be a great character there as well. The AoE potential from her is actually quite nice. If you have Modernia, it's going to be better to use than Small White, but as a free-to-play character that you can actually get duped up, max limit broken, she is actually a great character in my opinion. That's all I really wanted to say with her. Going over to number 9, I actually put Noah. Now Noah is only a character that you would use in PvP, and even then you just need 444. Probably definitely try and get work on the gear so that she can tank as much as possible. But I typically don't use her, especially when I got Nihilista. Even though Nihilista is not that great, I used her rather than Noah now in terms of Pilgrim Tower because I need that full burst. But since Noah's skill has a 40-second cooldown, it kind of sucks in that regards. But she is still a very, very good tankish character. She is one of the few tanks that actually has damage taken reduction on herself. The reason why full tanks or defenders in this game suck is because they have defense buff, which is not as good as the damage taken buff. So that is why also Noah is pretty good at tanking as well. But yeah, Noah is pretty good in that regard. So at number 9 we have Noah. And then coming in at number 10, I went with NIKKE. Now, she was a big disappointment when she was released in the game, because she is honestly one of the coolest characters in the game as well. Look at this, she's a dragon mummy basically, and it's so disappointing to have her be this low. She isn't that bad, especially when you need a burst 220-second Pilgrim units. She is definitely the only choice basically. Your literally only choice to use her. She's the only choice you have, sorry, in terms of using a burst 2 Pilgrim units in a tower. So I have to use her. But honestly, I feel like we're gonna get a new burst 2 very soon, Pilgrim unit very soon. I think I don't know who the Pilgrim character is gonna be, but once that unit comes out, instant replace for her. Well, assuming that character has a 20-second cooldown for her burst. And yeah, NIKKE, I don't really see any real use for her. I think she does like pierce buff, isn't it? Full charge. Also, yeah, she has pierce buff to herself, 2 or more enemies. Yep. Okay, she's okay, she doesn't really, yeah, she's a selfish unit just to herself. Max ammo capacity increase. Yeah, she's just she's a low tech character. Anyways, that is number 10. And now coming in at number 100. Yes, we skip 11, 12, 13. We skip all of that. Isabel is the worst basically, and that's all you need to know. I'm not going to talk too much about her. I've made several videos dissing this unit. I don't want to make this video boring. Isabel is the worst Pilgrim character in the game. Even 12 couldn't save her. She just needs an overall revamp in her skills or increased percentage. The fact that her burst skill basically reduces the uptime of the full burst, I guess that's very niche. Maybe in the future we get a character that can actually utilize that, but right now this is probably a worst, like a terrible skill to have, especially in your team. Maybe in the future we will see, maybe we will have a teammate that can actually help her out or make her even better, but I don't think that's gonna happen. She just needs an overall buff. So yeah, she is the worst Pilgrim character in the game. So let's quickly clarify. Number 1 we have Red Hood. Number 2 we have Modernia. Number 3 we have Scarlet. Number 4 we have Dorothy. Number 5 we have Rapunzel. Number 6 we have Snow White. Number 7 we have Haran. Number 8 we have Small White. And number 9 we have Noah. And number 10 we have NIKKE. Number 100 we have Isabel. There we go with the ranking for all the Pilgrim characters in the game. And yeah, don't forget to check out the link in the description to check out that store. Very good store if you want to, you know, get some Christmas gifts for your family. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.